Hello, Flosstube. I'm Jamie. This is Jamie Stitches, Flosstube number 3. Okay. I held up 3 fingers. Good start. Was that 3 fingers? Oh, God. Okay. So, I have a lot to show. I have something to talk about, something new. And I have some whips to show, and I think we should get going. Buckle up, buttercups. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing, I usually do not buy kits. And for some reason I'm buying kits. Usually I like to get the chart and then get the material I want, and then usually the called for threads. Not too adventurous with that. So, and I usually kind of stay away from kits, but I don't know, I kept getting advertisements for this company, AVLEA, and they had such nice stuff in there, and I got this. I got one other thing that I'll show you. Yeah, I should have put it all together. But I'll show you during this show. So what I'm doing is I'm stitching this for my son. He's going to get married next year, and his fiance. So it's a like a runner. You could put a candle or a vase in the middle with flowers. I just thought it was so pretty, so I started it. It's just the same square over and over again. It's very relaxing, and you have to make sure you leave, you can't just keep going. You gotta kind of follow along where the squares go. But yeah, really nice package came in the mail. They had it wrapped very nice. I like that. And it's just 2 colors, green and the blue. It's really kind of relaxing to do. Very easy to see. I don't really need magnifying for this. It's kind of big. So, yeah. Now, the next whip that I have is, I did work on this. I'm not going to show whips that I haven't worked on, since the last filming, because you're just going to see the same thing. So I'll only do the ones that I've been working on, like within the last couple of weeks. So ink circles, the birds and the bees, and I got this. I purchased this from Evertote, which I talked about. Caroline from Evertote watched my Flosstube and sent me an email about it. Very nice thing, she said. But she's like a celebrity to me, and she watched me. I was very excited when I got that email. Then you tell your husband, he's like, they don't understand. They don't understand these things. That's why I like to do this, because I live with old men and dogs. They don't, you can talk to them about it, and they'll politely, that's nice, but they don't really get it. So even though you can't answer me back, it's kind of like I'm talking to stitchers in my house, which is kind of nice. So anyway, I did work on this. I think I need the board for that. Oh, there's Grady in the background. Grady! That's my new puppy, if you hadn't seen my other show. He is about 6 months old. That's not a good view. Excuse me. Can we see your face? Mooning the camera. That's where I am on that. Oops, sorry, got a thread there. And this is all one color variegated thread. I showed this before from Evertote. And like I said, they're so good at they've taken designers and then they put their own material, and Roxy Floss, they work together, and they put these kits together, and they're so nice. This was her old company name, Leo and Roxy. Now it's just Roxy Floss. So, but if you go on the Evertote website, they have beautiful, this bag is from them. They have beautiful bags, and a lot of the bags come with a little pouch. What is he doing? Grady. Grady, don't fall, sweetie. Grady, come over here. I'm like that Doc. You ever watch Dot Dot Goose? That lady, she's always calling for her cat, Gracie. she's a hoot. I love that. Okay, this next one is Primitive Hair. I talked about how I went up to Hobby House for a retreat. Isabella is the designer, and we all love her stuff. So this is the Mermaid of Salem Bay. And I'm pretty sure I worked on this one day. Yeah, I added to this since the last time. So, really looks like a mermaid tail there. Come along. So I have to start going up towards the face and the hair. And then really look like a mermaid then. So then the next, this is a good one. The Dutch Beauty that I will be working on for 10 years. But I did work on this. But I have a little story of woe with this. So I finished the tree, and I did the deer down below. And I finished this deer, and I was doing this little line that goes underneath the tree, and I was one thread off when I got to the tree. Ooh. So somewhere in the deer I messed up. So I am not going to pull it out. I'm not going to go back. So what I did was when I got to the tree, I just went up one thread. And I don't think in the big scheme of life, when I get this framed, I mean, look at this material, it's huge, that anybody is gonna go, hey, it's beautiful, but isn't it like one thread off? No, nobody's gonna say that. Nobody's gonna notice it. I'm probably gonna forget by the time I get to the end of this that I made a mistake, so I'm just gonna leave it. And that's my decision, and I'm sticking to it. So, my one friend and I always say, I'm not going to touch that for a while. I'm mad at it. Like when we make a mistake. Like it's the piece's fault, not ours. Okay, so the last 2 days I've been working on Flossability's Trick or Treat Town. If you haven't checked out their Flosstube, they have a very good Flosstube, and it's a family. The brother and the daughter design, and the mom stitches beautifully. Well, they all stitch beautifully, and the mom stitches as well. And they just seem like very nice people. And I recommend going over to their Flosstube and checking them out, and checking out what charts they have. 123 Stitch now carries their charts, which I have said before as well. A lot of repeating, I'm sorry. So I finished the first 2 houses. You see that? There we go. And I started on the 3rd house. She also has these exact houses and street, but and a Christmas. You could buy that in 123 Stitch as well. Christmas street, I guess you would call it. Main Street on Christmas or something, I think it's called. Okay, moving right along. So, This is my travel project. I went to see my son, who, I have 2 boys, well, 2 men. My oldest has moved out of state with his fiance, and I went to go visit, and I'm not a good flyer. Actually, I didn't do too bad this time. I've done it a couple of times in the last 2 years, back and forth, well, maybe last 3 years, back and forth a couple of times, and a trip to Disney World with my sister. So between that, I'm getting some flying miles under my belt, and I'm not as nervous with navigating the, you know, where I have to be, and I'm not afraid to ask questions. And my son also put me on his credit card for the Sky Club that you can go into. It's like the thing now with the airports. Instead of waiting out in the gate, they have like these little clubs, and everything is free inside, but you have to have like a certain credit card, and we don't have that certain credit card. It's not for like our lifestyle, it's more for my son's lifestyle. But he was nice enough to put me on his credit card and get me a card. And now when I go to the airports, I can hang out in the Sky Lounge. And on the way there, I was so nervous. I didn't even know what I was doing. And I walked up, there was a bar, and it wasn't even 6 o'clock in the morning yet, but I was like, if I have a Bloody Mary, maybe I won't be so nervous getting on the plane. So, which people have suggested to me. So I go up, there's people sitting at the bar. I thought they were having drinks. So I go up to the bar, I said, can you make a Bloody Mary? And he says, ma'am, I cannot serve a drink before 6 a.m. It was like 10 to 6. So everybody at the bar turned around and looked at me, and I was like, well, I've been up all night. I said, I'm so sorry. Okay. I said, can I have an iced tea? He's like, oh, everything's over there. So it was self-serve, but I guess people were just sitting at the bar with their computers, and nobody was having a drink yet. But it was so embarrassing because obviously I looked like I had a problem walking up there. And it was like 10 to 6 and asking for a Bloody Mary. But then when I got on the plane, I had a Bloody Mary. It was lovely. It was lovely. So anyway, that was a big introduction to this thing. So this is one of my travel projects, and I worked on this a lot. I got all these flowers done on this side. And, oh, I'll show the picture. So, oh, look what Grady just did. Grady! I think I'm going to have to put him outside. He's eating things he shouldn't be eating. So this is the picture. And it says buzz off on the bottom. And I kind of don't like that, so I think I'm just going to put some flowers underneath. And who doesn't love Plum Street, right? So, yeah, so that's good. I'm going to make a pillow out of it. I'm not going to get that one framed. So I thought some nice like lady dot trim, if you're not familiar. She has like these little pom-pom trims and fuzzy trims that you put on the edges of pillows. And they're really nice. So I think I'm going to go with that. Grady. You want to say hello? Say hello to the nice Stitchers. Yes, you're eating paper. He eats everything but his food. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Looking everywhere but at the camera. I took him on we did a breast cancer walk last Sunday. And he was the only, people bring their dogs, they pink out their dogs. It's like part of it. It's a contest. He was the only dog barking. It was so embarrassing. We brought a stroller because they can't walk 5 miles. I have another Chihuahua, and they can't walk 5 miles. That's too long. So we walked them a little bit, and then we put them in the stroller. But he was barking, and people were looking up over at me like, oh, no, feeling bad for me because I was like, you could tell I was embarrassed. Like, whose dog is that? Not my dog. Okay, the next whip is, I think this is my last whip actually. Heartstring Samplery, bleh, Hobby House Landing. And they did their own take of this old Hannah Woodward 1829. And they made it into a hobby house kind of remembrance, which is nice if you like that store and you go there. I did not realize the last time I filmed that they also give you the chart for this. The Hannah Woodward. Which is kind of cool. I was looking at the charts and there's pages. They're just like, and I was like, where does this page belong to? I couldn't figure it out. And then I saw, oh, they give you both. How nice. And I think the first time I showed this, I didn't even mention that because I didn't know. So, okay. What's next? Next is my finish. I finished this thing that Grady just ate. I had it on the floor to show you. I stitched it on 26 count lunar by Miss 36 count lunar by Bestitch Me. So they did it on like a tannish, and I didn't really like that, so I did it on a purple. Cue the trumpets. This is my first finish since I've been doing Flosstube. So I put the mat behind it. It's a little wrinkled. I don't take out the iron on the weekends. It's my rule. I iron my clothes for work all week, and I'm not gonna iron on the weekend. So sorry if it's a little wrinkly. So there it is. Ta-da-ta-da. I love when she charts animals. She puts such personality in all of them. I don't know how she does it. But I'm not an artist. She is, so we need these artists. Oh, another floss tube to check out. The Artsy Housewife just posted some new charts. And they're beautiful. They're so different. So I typed her a comment that I keep telling my husband I'm done buying for a while. I have plenty. I don't need anything. And then she comes out with all these beautiful, beautiful charts. So I would recommend going over to her floss tube as well and checking out her new stuff. Okay, so I'm dropping things here. Dropping things left and right. Just want to pick it up before Grady gets a hold of it, so. I'm sitting on like a kind of a bench. And I have a mess back there. Let's turn this a little bit. That's better. Mess is gone. This is not my room. This is my husband's. Hence the sword. And I used to have his guitars in my background. The only thing that I got, the boys moved out of this room. This is the room they grew up in with their, we had bunk beds and everything. And then when my older son moved out, my younger son went downstairs. He has like an office down there and a bedroom. My husband just came in and took this room over. And I was thinking, well, you know what I was thinking. I was thinking craft room. But all I got was, here, I'm gonna swing you around. All I got was this little, let me see if you can see it, craft table right there. That's it. That's all I got in the room. That's my section. And I keep telling him, don't put your stuff on there. And I keep walking in the room and finding keys or sunglasses. And I said, that's my rule. None of your stuff on my craft table. Okay, so those are my whips. I think I'm going to let him out. Okay, I'm back. He was very distracting. I was trying to talk to you guys, and I see him drag things out he shouldn't be dragging out. So I have a lot of haul, and the reason I have a lot of haul was that older son I was talking about that moved out of state. He wanted me to come down Mother's Day weekend and visit him, and he took me to the cross stitch cupboard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and that was my part of my Mother's Day weekend. He really wined and dined me. I have no complaints. And he pretty much told me to go down. So I did. So you guys get to see all my haul. And just keep in mind that you can call her. I'm going to put her address. I'll find something where I have her address that's very clear. And I'll hold it up to the camera and you'll have her phone number. She has a website, but it's not really like a catalog kind of a website. But she has everything in the shop and she'll send it to you, and she doesn't really charge you handling, shipping she'll charge you. But she doesn't charge you an arm and a leg to get it to you, in other words. And she'll get it right out. And so I recommend, giving her a call if you like anything that you see. And she'll ship it to you. And yeah, she actually, I wanted a chart that she didn't have in the shop. I don't know if you've seen it. Not Remember the Lilies, or I can't think of the name of it. Something with the lilies. I know some of you are telling me to the screen that you know what it is. It's a very popular chart. It's huge. She didn't have any left, so she's going to ship it right out to me. So I'm sure she will, because I've asked her to send me. I've called her before and said, I want like a purpley 40 count material, not too much modeling, meaning not too much different colors in it, but a little bit is okay. And she picks out exactly what I wanted and she sends it right out. So she's good with that. So one of the things she had in the shop that she said is a very, very big seller, and she made a point of showing it to me, is Dirty Annie's Southern Style was the name of the designer, which I never heard of. And it's Santa and Rudolph. So I had to do that Santa. Cute. I love it. And this was the material. She said, do you want a piece of the material that I'm selling everyone? And I said, yes. It's got like little white dots on it. She also has like a Betsy Ross, like a patriotic one, just like this. And she sells the stands as well. I didn't buy the stands because I'm not sure if I'm going that way with it. But I might call her and tell her to send. Those are kind of cute, kind of different. I'm trying to find different ways to display things, but not take it to the framer and spend a lot of money, Okay, so the other thing is I went up, she has a floss cupboard, and I'm starting to hoard material, and I don't know why. All of a sudden I'm like hoarding material. I think it has something to do with my husband is gonna stop doing his retirement. I mean, he's retired from his career job. Then he got a job as a bus driver. And he's thinking about, stopping soon. So he keeps telling me with the shopping, enjoy it now, And I'm probably going to retire from my job probably next summer. So I have a little over a year left. And then, oh boy, I'll have a lot of stitching to show. But anyway, I went over to her cross stitch cupboard, and this is beautiful. This is Kunzite, Kunzite, 40 count Newcastle linen, fiber on a whim. It's like a light purple. I just grabbed this. when someone else is paying. This is 36 count Lugana, but it doesn't have a name on it. It's Atomic Ranch. I'm doing that thing with my lips again that my grandmother used to do. I'm doing that. Okay. It has numbers, LE164164. I don't know what that means, but it's Atomic Ranch, like a very light green tan. You barely see the green in it. I just really like that. This is Stonehenge, 40 count linen, Atomic Ranch. And it's just a little bit of modeling, very dark gray. That would be good for like a Halloween sky, something like that. I do a lot of Halloween pieces, so that would probably work out. And this is all in my haul from the cross stitch cupboard. Okay. So I think, oh, I promised I would hold up her information. Where is it? If you could get the phone number there. I don't know if it's coming in clearly. Okay. Well, her phone number is 954-563-8900. And she's, like I said, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's the cross stitch cupboard. It's worth a trip. If you're, you know, an hour or two away, I would say go. It's a small storefront. When you pull up, say, oh, small store. No, she has everything, every inch of the store. As soon as you walk in, you see a Christmas tree, and it's filled with all ornaments that you can make. She has everything. She uses every spot of that store, and she's got everything in it. So I recommend it. Okay, so remember I showed you that kit that I was working on with the runner? I also got this from them. It's a Flosstube kit, and it has this really pretty little holder on it. And I can't wait to use this. I just thought that was so pretty, and everything on their website is very reasonable, I thought. It came in a bag like this. So I got that. I got the kit, and I also brought this. What you do is you put waste canvas on any shirt that you want to stitch on, and then you stitch on the waste canvas. That will keep your place. And then you put the piece in like cold water, and the waste canvas kind of falls apart, and you could pull it out from underneath your stitching. I haven't done this in years. I think the last time I did it was a dinosaur for my son. That's how long ago I did it. But when I saw this, I thought, ooh, like a nice white, like button up the front shirt, put that on the back. Isn't that pretty? And put that on the sleeves. I can't wait to do that. That makes me happy. Okay, so from 123 Stitch, I got Dirty Snow, Fiber on a Whim, Dirty Snow, 40 count. I don't know what I'm going to do on it, but like I said, I'm hoarding fabric. Should I take it out? I should take it out. Very light gray. Don't know what I'm going to do on that. And I got this little needle minder. It's a little Christmas shop. That was cute. Oh, okay. Back to, sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit here. Back to the cross stitch cupboard. So I have two more things to show you from there. This was by the Christmas stuff. Joy to you. And you stitch the lamb, and then you put little French knots on top of it and make them look woolly. Not coming out that well. There we go. Cute, right? And it has everything in it. It's just a small kit. It's got the little material. I'm pretty sure floss was in here. Oh, here's the floss. Yeah, so you have everything in there to do that. That's kind of cute. She has a lot of things like that. Little kits all kitted up. No brainer. You can just grab it. Okay, excuse me 1 second and take a drink. It's the holiday weekend, and it's, if you're by May, it's raining, cold. Doesn't feel like holiday weekend, that's for sure. That's okay, we'll just stitch later. So one of the things I got at the cross stitch cupboard is this. I've seen this on Etsy before, but she had a bunch of them in the shop. And it's the frame that goes around this mill hill that I'm working on. And it just comes apart. Now, the reason I hadn't gotten them in the past was I thought it was going to be heavy, and I don't want to add weight to what I'm working on. Two little pieces. So I've kind of stayed away from them. Thought, oh, that's a good idea. The paper won't curl up on the edges. You won't catch the paper with your floss. But yeah, I thought it was going to add weight, but it's very light, and you could just hold it and stitch. Hold it in one hand, and then she told me when I was checking out that it's really good for, I don't know if you stitch on gauze. I stitch on gauze a lot, and I'll show you what I do. So what she recommends when you stitch on gauze, because I like to put it in my Q-snaps, is I sew it into a piece of material so I can put it on my Q-snaps, because it's not good to put the gauze in the Q-snaps. So I do this, and it takes a little while. But now she says if you stitch on gauze, this is wonderful. You just put the gauze right in here. So I said, sold. Because I don't have to do this anymore. I did this before I got that. So this is a cute piece. This is, I didn't start it yet, but Chris Kringle. And I brought the frame. There's information on where to get the frame on the back. So it's Erica Michaels. And I'm going to do that on the silk, and then you just pop it in the frame. So it's like, it's full coverage, but it's itsy bitsy. So it shouldn't take that long. And I got a really cute bag. I have it in from Dot Goose. And this bag is from the Wishing Thorn, which you should check them out too. She has really nice bags. She's into very classy, I would say classy, samplers. And whenever I would watch Flosstube, I would see people get like a sampler box and open it on camera, and I'm always so jealous. Oh, that's nice, but I'm jealous. I want. So they have a sampler box, and I ordered it. So it should be coming, well, she said the end of May, beginning of June. So I should be getting it any time. And I can show you guys when I get it, and see if it's something you would like to get in the future. So I know she has them every once in a while, kind of seasonal kind of a thing. Is that it? That's it. Thought I had more haul to show you. We went through it pretty quick, right? So oh, the big thing. Okay. So, the new thing I wanted to talk about. So when I was in the cross stitch cupboard, we were talking about kits. I was just talking about kits, and she said, will you do me a favor? Will you try this kit out for me, and will you tell, be honest and talk about it on Flosstube? And I said to her, well, I don't, I'm new on Flosstube. I really don't have the numbers. And my son was so cute. He was with me. He's like, she's not doing too bad. So she goes, yeah, well, would you try, she's such a nice lady, will you try this and be honest and say what you think? So I was like, oh, okay. It's like my first sponsored thing. I don't know. So she had this wall of these no count cross stitch. And at first I was like, well, I don't know, I'm gonna like this. Because it's printed on, the picture is printed on the fabric. And I said, okay, I'll give it a shot and I'll try it. And it comes with everything, it comes with the thread. And I'm going to show it to you. And I'll tell you why I really liked it. I got home one day from work. It was like a Friday night. And I wanted to stitch, but I was tired. And I didn't want to count. I didn't want to look at a chart. But I wanted like that motion, just to relax you. And I just wanted to stitch, but I was tired. So I was like, oh, I'll try that no count cross stitch kit and see what that's all about, and see if it's, well, it was really relaxing. And what it's good for, where is the material? Okay, can't miss the material, it's huge. I picked out this huge piece. She has all different sizes. This is one of the biggest. So you could see there's a grid on it. It shows the colors, but there's a paper key as well that tells you what colors to use. There's backup. There's a chart that I'll show you for backup, but you don't really need the backup because you have this. Now these are not the colors. Like I'm not going to necessarily do pink here. This area of pink may be a different color, but you're going to stitch over it. And each color has the number of the floss that you have to use. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get up. I'm going to get up. Well, I don't know if the numbers are coming out, but it's kind of like a paint by number. There's like this yellow area says number 10 on it. So I know this whole yellow area here is going to belong to that floss color. And there's a little bicycle down there. It's just a beautiful fall picture. And she also had this nice, well, she had a wall full of all different ones, but she had this one on, I almost got that one as well. It was a bicycle leaning up against with flowers in it, leaning up against a wall. That was nice as well. So I think I'm always going to have one of these in my works because I think what it would be good for is, number one, like I said, if you're tired. Number two, if you're going to like a cross stitch retreat or you're stitching with friends and you don't want to concentrate that much on what color or count while you're talking. And so this would be really good for that. And it's kind of like if you go on a retreat and you leave like, oh, I have to fill in this boat. This is all one color. So I'm going to do that when I'm talking to my friends. But that whole piece is like that. It's just, it's filling in the area. And it's nice not to have to look at a chart for some reason. I don't know why I enjoy it. I was sitting on the porch with my husband and I didn't have to have the chart near me. I just had the material. I put the area that I was working on in this hoop. Let me take this back out because I'm going to show you the section that I did. It's a small section. I only worked on it like for 2 hours. I only worked on it, but that's I don't know if you can see the bumpy part. That's the part I did. And when you finish the whole piece, you put it in cold water. And this all disappears. The colors underneath disappear and the grid disappears. And you just have, I saw one that was washed and framed. You don't see any of that anymore. It just goes away. And I use this hoop. I don't usually use hoops. I usually use Q-snaps. But don't use Q-snaps on this because what happened was I used it the first time and it kind of took out some of the color, just a speck of it, because I have brand new Q-snaps and they were very tight. And when I took it off, the color, they're extremely tight. I think if the Q-snap was a little older, it wouldn't have done that. But I wouldn't recommend, they even say in the directions to use a scroll frame. But I didn't have a scroll frame that big. So what I did was I just gently put, you know, you can make this hoop bigger. I just gently put it over it and tightened it up. And that was fine. So I recommend a scroll frame or one of these hoops that you can make a little bigger and put around. It's no big deal that it took off that little section because, like I said, you have just a regular chart as well. So this is the chart. So what I'll do is it was just a little section of this window that it took, so I just have to refer to this chart. So you could do it the old-fashioned way too. So I'm going to call that the old-fashioned way. So I really recommend, you know, giving her a call and asking her about these no-count kits. They're also good if you're just, you know, just getting up there. You don't want to, you're making a lot of mistakes. You're going through something and you're making a lot of mistakes every time you stitch. So it would be good to have one of these with you. Just makes it a little easier. The floss, look at all that floss. The floss comes on a card. And it's all numbered. So when you see the section that says this number, you thread your needle with that number. It's so easy. Look at all these greens, oranges, so pretty. The I like the floss that has a little bit of a sheen to it, just a speck, and I do like it. So that is my honest take on no count cross stitch. I won't lie, not one of those people. If you ask me if I like the dress you're wearing and I don't like it, I'll nicely say, well, kind of like that other one a little bit, you know. I'm not like that. So I'll always tell you the truth. So I think that's everything. I think I got through everything. My big trip. Oh, I was going to start... might be a little sad to talk about. I'll try to talk about it. Okay, I was going to start this. I told you about this. Remember I told you I did that full coverage that took me 6 years to do, and I said I'm never going to do a full coverage again, ever. Well, I got the itch to do a full coverage. I don't know what happened. And I'm inserting this in, so if it looks a little bumpy, I had said that I was showing you my haul, and then I found two things after I signed off. So I'm going to try to insert this in there, see if I could do that. If not, I'll get my son. He's very smart to help me out. Okay. So I also got this. Liz Matthews, Busy Hands, Happy Heart. So you could do the blue framed piece, or you could do this little pillow down below. Both are in the chart. I wanted to do the framed piece, and the owner of the shop picked this blue out for me. Looks like clouds, doesn't it? It's so pretty. See, this is 36 count Colleen linen. 16 by 16 I needed, so that's for the bigger piece, not for the pillow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. It's all with silks. So I got the needlework silks, all white. I'm looking forward to doing that. I've been eyeballing that. I said it, and then I saw it on the in the shop. I said, ooh. And then I also got this project bag there. That's a little bee. Thank you. Let's see. This must be the maker. Crafty Cat Stitcher. This is by really nicely made. Nice material inside. So I picked this up. Pick that up. Oh, I'm eating it. I'm hungry, but I shouldn't eat that. So, okay, I just wanted to add those two things. Thanks. I brought this. So it reminds me of the dog that I just, so sad. I had to put him down Tuesday. Bakerman was his name. And I don't think I can start this now. I have to wait. Yeah, that would be too sad. He had a good life. He loved the beach. We lived by the beach. And it was just, you know, there was absolutely no question in my mind that it was time to take him. And my husband was sick and I had to go by myself. I had to take him by myself. But, you know, you have to do these things. It was very hard. But I think that's going to have to wait. Because I don't want to be stitching anything. So it's a sad story, but it's kind of tied into a cross-stitch story because I was, you know, when you're upset and everything feels like it's up here, and I don't know if I sound like a crazy lady, you know, just like you're not taking deep breaths, you're not, you know, that's why yoga, you always take deep breaths. And I had like a couple of days like that where it was just, everything felt like it. And then Friday night, I sat down and I stitched and I got relaxed. So stitching is great for a lot of things, and it's good to, you know, just the motion and something very comforting about always having this hobby that we have. I don't know, I'm obsessed. You might be too, since you're watching me. People that watch Flosstube tend to be the same, right? But it's really an important part of my life, and you probably feel the same way. That it's, oh, there's us again. No, look at the mess. I'm gonna clean that up. That's not my mess, like I said. But I digress. But what I was saying, the point I was trying to make is, after a terrible couple of days, to have a good stitching session is important, I think, you know. I mean, a lot of things are important, but that's something you could do for yourself. Calm down, you could breathe, and you're concentrating on your work, and you're not thinking about other things, and it's great. I also like to watch Flosstube, obviously, I'm always talking about it, while I'm stitching, and see what other people are working on. And I don't think I'm a great stitcher. I think there's a lot of really good stitchers out there that are really, I follow directions. I'm not that creative, you know, with changing the directions around. But what's the point I'm trying to make here? I'm just babbling, going on and on. But yeah, I would just say that it's important what we do for ourselves, and we should do it as much as we can. That's where I was trying to go with this. So all right, well, if you watched and you're still with me, hope I didn't sound like a crazy lady. I don't think I did, but thank you so much, and thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. And if you've been with me since my first one, and this is your third one. Yay! Yay! I should do a little, remember Kermit the Frog? Just, put that down below. I'm not that advanced, but I'd like to have like a little Kermit down at the bottom doing that every time I get excited. That would be good. So I hope, probably by the time I post this, the holiday weekend will be over, but I hope you had a good one. And for all the moms out there, I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I had a ball visiting my son and his fiance. They took me to this steakhouse, and all right, I'm going to talk about this. They took me to a steakhouse in Fort Lauderdale called Daniel's. Now, I didn't know, it's like a Michelin, I didn't know what all this meant. Rated, it's the second time he took me there. And the food there, it's like, everything is so good. Like the steaks are like steaks I've never had before. You could cut it with a butter knife. And I tell Corey, just order for me. Because he told me, I like well done. I grew up with well done. So I always order well done. So my son goes, Ma, don't order well done here. They don't like that. I said, well, you order for me. You tell, I don't, I was looking at the menu. I was like, you order for me. And the second time he went, I had the same exact food. I told him to order for me, but he ordered the same thing again, which I do not regret. But the service and the food, it's unbelievable. That's what my son likes to do. He likes to go to really nice restaurants, and he deserves it. He works hard, and they're making a nice home for themselves there, and that makes me happy. And my other son, he still lives with us, but he's getting ready to fly the coop. He's saving all his money and looking at land, and he's trying to figure all that out right now. But yeah, so if you're a mom out there, and I hope they treated you well, because we deserve it, right? And if you not a mom and you just had a relaxing day, that's what I hope for you. We just didn't do any housework or take care of anything, just relax, maybe stitched all day or something like that. So, okay, thank you so much, and I hope you find some quiet time to do what we love, and I hope to see you again soon. So I'm thinking every couple of weeks, because I need time to work on a little bit of everything. Like I said, I don't want to come on here and just show you no progress, So I'm still working, so I don't get to stitch as much as I would like. There are stitchers out there that are working, young kids. The tattooed stitcher, I don't know how she does it. She has so much progress. She used to post once a week. Now she's every other week. I don't know how they do it. They must stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, which I can't do, because I would be a real can you say yes? I would be a real crabby person if I stayed up to 1 o'clock in the morning every morning. She's not a crabby person, so I don't know how she does it. So, okay. Hope to see you guys soon. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.